Today on Suncoast View, we're talking trash about Bayfront Park. Shouldn't we know by now how to recycle?
Back to school season means kids are going back to sit still all day long. We'll find out why it's so important to keep them moving.
And our favorite daredevil, Bello Knock, performs an amazing stunt on national TV. He's here to tell us all about it. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome to Marsha Panucci and Jeffrey Kinn. Great to have you both with us.
Thank you. Hi, Jeffrey.
Hi, how are you? We're going to have fun today.
I love it when we have two guest co-hosts, and it's often people that certainly know each other and know of each other and only see each other occasionally, because all week long it's been a lot of, oh my gosh, across Linda. And then it's like, just
across a crowded room. Yes.
And then
yes.
we broke into song.
There we are, yes.
Well, I look
Friday.
over here and I expect Bobette, so this is going to be a lot of fun.
I will be doing my best Bobeth impersonation for the rest of the episode.
Oh, you're going to be mean to me?
I am.
That beard
Wait,
gives
let
you
me
away.
go get an animal.
Right. If you're Bobeth, we're going to hand you an animal and a baby and see what you do.
Oh, no. I could handle both of them
That's
very
what
well, I
Bobette
think.
would say.
Oh, no.
I can handle that.
We are glad Bobeth is taking some time off for herself, and we look forward to hearing about it when she comes back. But, Jeffrey, we need to say congratulations to you and the Players Center.
Wow.
A big financial boost.
Yeah,
Tell us about it.
We're having all sorts of great things happening right now. Of course, our move to Lakewood Ranch is in the news, but we've had a generous donor who has given us $50,000 this month, and all we have to do is raise $50,000. August is a notoriously tough month for us because, of course, it's summertime and there's less shows happening and all that. So we're very happy that they are going to donate to our capital campaign as long as we can raise $50,000 in organizational funds.
Okay.
So
You
this
can
is
do that.
You can do that.
I think we can too, especially when people realize what we're doing for the community, and we need help right now.
Okay.
Before we move.
Right.
So there's a building there when you do move.
Yes, exactly right. And we need to pay the bills.
Well,
so
what's more important is, can you turn the lights on?
that's exactly that's Michelle Bianchi, our managing director. That's exactly what she says.
Absolutely.
I got to pay for the air and the lights.
Well, you are doing some great things. We had the kids in this week to see all the programs that are going on. I mean, community theater is an amazing thing, and we're excited about your expansion.
I'm so happy to be a part of it. Thanks
All
for
right.
the help.
Thank you for all you do. And we have good friends in the kitchen today as well. Oh, I wish you could smell what I can smell, because the cooking has started early. Chef Pedro from Philippi Creek, what is that amazing aroma?
Well, since we're having an oyster week, we're going to have an apple smoked oysters.
Is it
That's
the
delicious.
smoke that we
Yes.
smell? Oh. Dare I ask how you're going to do that in our studio?
Well,
Where's
I
the
couldn't
fire?
bring my my tools, but I smoke it at work.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
just going to heat them up, and I'm going to teach you how to eat them, and that's going to be delicious.
Wow.
That's
Wow,
more
this is-
important than smoking them.
How to eat them. Okay, what
We're
a
better
treat.
at that.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
better at eating them too.
I love it when I learn things when I come on the show.
Oh, the chef's
I don't think
here.
I've ever had an oyster before like that.
Really?
I don't think so.
Not
We'll be
smoked
glad
or
to
not
teach you
ever?
anything you want to know.
Really?
Yes.
Thank
Right,
you.
Marsha?
Well, Linda and I are going to tell you all about it.
Oh, really?
No, don't tell him
Good, I'll
now.
be-
No.
I'll be
Let
a
me
student.
let me get through the show before you two teach him anything about oysters.
You'll see a new Jeffrey Kinn.
I don't know why I
Okay.
feel dirty all of a sudden.
Moving on, I'd say speaking of feeling dirty, but I don't think that'll be appropriate. We do need to talk about The Bachelorette.
Oh.
Not dirty, but racy. So Rachel Lindsay is this season's Bachelorette, and she's a little bit historic because she's the first African-American lead for the show. But here she's doing something else historic. If you haven't been following closely, she's bringing 3 men to the finale.
Will you go?
Seriously, last episode, she said, you know what? I can't decide. I don't know what to do. I'm taking all 3 of you on the overnights.
That's a very good idea, because I think a lot of times they just choose anybody. You got to choose somebody. Okay, I'll take this one with my eyes closed.
It's like buying a house. It's like
know.
buying a house when they say limited to 3, and it's hard to buy a house.
So she's
Yes, it
not
is.
ready to narrow it down, I guess is what she said.
That's right. She couldn't drop one, so she's
gonna
taking
keep them all.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I've been watching this show.
Yes.
Don't you think they need a age and wisdom bachelorette?
An older woman.
But Mature.
A more mature woman.
I'm kind of getting tired of this young stuff going on.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's easy for those young
Let
kids.
me tell you something. We got something to teach you guys out there.
And there are some good-looking older guys out
I don't want older. Do you want older? Oh, no.
Linda, you do not want older, and we know it.
No, I'm not pushing anybody around. No way. No. I want a young guy, and I could show him how to.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So there's some cougar activity this Friday on.
I have lost control, and we haven't even started.
Come as you are, leave different.
That's right. That's right. And forget the frickin' roses.
What do you want? What do you want?
Huh? A carnation will do.
A carnation.
Carnation.
Oh, that's what
We're
happens
not
when you
about
get
the
older.
money anymore.
No.
No.
You be careful what you wish for.
Yeah,
Just
I-
saying.
money.
Okay.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Jeff, you're going to learn a lot on
and
this
back
show.
to you, Steph.
Yeah, great. Moving on. So, rounding out the Bachelorette topic, there's a 3-hour finale Monday night. I expect you all to be watching.
You know what bothers me about that?
What?
We've
No,
got these
we're moving
very
on.
intimate scenes, and there's a camera there.
All right,
How do you know they're
here's
intimate?
something else that's bothering people. Moving on, ladies, we need to talk trash about Bayfront Park
We've been
in
trying to talk
Sarasota.
trash.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah.
How much of what people throw away could actually be recycled at our park? So Sarasota County wants to look into it. They actually tested the trash bins at Bayfront Park. 49%. Nearly half of the contents were found that should be recycled. This is the poor girl that got the job. I don't
Yeah.
think she's real thrilled about
Yeah.
it, but she found plastic bottles, soda cans, paper, plastic bags. So now they're considering an education program there to teach people how to recycle. Should we not know this by now?
No, but is there a nice container that says trash and recyclables
Right,
there?
right, 'cause you're not gonna walk another block
Like at
to
an
take your
airport,
Coke bottle.
they have it nicely. So
Right.
do we have that? I mean, are we setting them up for success or are we setting them up for failure?
We're setting it up not as easily as it probably
Right.
should be,
Yeah.
which is what I expect they're going to conclude.
Yeah, there should be a place for each at every spot. So you
Cha-ching.
at that point
Right.
can do it.
Is this our tax dollars being
Well-
used for the best? I mean, come
Well,
on.
recycling is a good use.
Recycling is the best, but to pay somebody to monitor the trash?
Well,
Are you kidding
yeah.
me?
And do we need education, or we just need more recycled
Trust me.
bins
Put some more
next to
bins
the
out and
garbage?
put a few
And
signs
we
Put
need-
a list on this. Put a list on
But
there.
you know what? You can't make people care, and that's one of my things. When I see it at the theater, literally, I'm the person that walks by a trash thing and pulls
moves it.
out the cans.
You're right. You can't make people care.
You
I mean,
can't
that's
make
But you,
people
we
care.
see you selling them down 41. Jeffrey, we
know, I've
we
got
know
it.
why you're doing that.
Put a camera there and say camera is watching, and people will be more careful
Tax
because they
dollars.
don't want anybody
Yeah, but where
to
are we
see.
going to play on the camera? Here
No,
on
we
the
don't have to
Suncoast View?
put- Yes, we'll show them.
Oh, we'll show 'em here.
The
Yes.
people who are cheating.
What did you two eat for lunch?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
You know what? Maybe I should sit in between them.
That isn't
We've
usually
kind of
the
been
case.
smelling
but-
the oysters.
Yeah, I guess so.
The oysters.
All right, well, you'll like this one. A
Yes.
Ringling College video is going viral on YouTube. It is an animated short, and it's called In a Heartbeat. It has more than 6 million views. The 4-minute short follows Sherwin. He's trying to hide a crush on Jonathan, another boy in his school. However, he finds it a little complicated because Sherwin's heart literally bursts out of his chest to try to connect with his object of affection. LGBTQ themes are not typically prevalent in animation, and now the Ringling grads are receiving national attention. I love this on so many different levels, obviously for Ringling.
Yeah.
And the fact that just a cute little project had such an important message that it got picked up and went everywhere.
I was thinking, does that mean he had a heart attack when his heart burst out of his chest?
No.
The heart actually becomes a character in the film, which I find really unique as an
That's a good
an arts
idea.
person. You know, that the heart is speaking for itself. It had its own mind.
Because doesn't it feel like that sometimes? Like your
Yes.
heart is separate from your brain and
Right.
they
Your
might
brain knows
lead-
better, and your heart says yes.
Yeah, so I like that all.
I just think that sometimes people saying things in a unique way touch people, and obviously this has. I loved it. So sweet. And of course, you know, seeing that someone actually achieves their love goal, you know what I mean, is always a nice little way to, to
but will it
capitalize
last?
Well,
Well,
That'll
they're
be
going to
the
make
next
more.
series.
And this is what I liked about it too. Obviously, the great PR for the talented Ringling grads,
Yes.
but that because of the viral YouTube-ness of this, that they're going to keep the character Sherwin, going now and make more because people want to follow what's going to happen.
Interesting.
So, yeah, no, really, we're always happy for them.
Yay.
So we've talked before about India's reputation for horrible treatment of women. Now, airlines are doing something about it. Vistara Air is offering a free service called Woman Flyer. Women get help with their bags. They're guaranteed a window or aisle seat, plus to be escorted to a pickup point. Air assaults are frequently reported in India against women, and countries like the U.S. caution women not to travel there alone. And my first thought was how horrible that this is happening in airplanes when you're, and then I thought, how defenseless are you as a person in an airplane? Very.
I had never thought of
Me
that.
either.
I thought, oh, this is so old-fashioned. This is the way it was like 100 years ago. But to think it really is for safety, that you're not safe alone on an airplane.
I mean, if you're in a middle seat between two perverts, you got to, I mean, you can ask for help at the plane, obviously, but still, you're going to be abused before you can get escape.
Very interesting. It's, again, it's something that you don't think about
Right.
until you're set into that situation.
Yes.
It would be frightening.
Now,
Because you
you-
do have a feeling of safety when you're in a plane. I
Oh,
mean, you
yes.
naturally want to feel comfortable and safe.
well,
and
they
you
need
don't-
guards on those planes. They need police
But you know,
on
it's
those
the
planes.
culture. I've been to
I was
India.
gonna ask you if you've traveled there.
It's been to India. I have been to India, and it's the culture. It's pervasive. Okay.
Did you feel it as a traveler?
I was a business person, so yes, you feel it. But they kind of, you know, if you're escorted by your hosts, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. But if you're going to be walking the streets alone, which you don't do, especially as an American, and I started going to India 25 years ago, you just have to be very, very careful. But you know, it's not only India. It's so many other places that you just have to be very, very careful.
We take that for granted as U.S.
so.
We
women.
do.
think
As
so.
U.S.
We
women,
take
I
it.
think
Yeah.
we really do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just kind of an eye-opener.
That's shocking to me. It really
Yeah,
is.
I agree.
Being
So,
aware is very important.
it is.
Yeah.
And
And
sadly,
here also.
Yeah.
In the United
very
States.
true.
Never thought about it.
Very
But I
true.
think you're okay on planes.
Well, I don't know.
No, I was
There's
hijacked
not
to
enough
Cuba.
room.
What are you talking about?
She means the person sitting next to you. You can only control so many things here. So, do you know a dog that loves to maybe see the mailman or the package delivery person? A UPS driver in California became friends with a woman and her pit bull. She used to see them daily on her route. The driver and woman would stop and chat. The dog would hop in the truck to say hello and look around. So the woman passed away suddenly. Her family was overseas. The UPS driver offered to take the dog in the interim and ended up loving him so much he now has a new forever home. The dog ran off with the UPS driver. I love this story. I had a pug when I was growing up, and it was just, my dad used to mail order a lot of music things, and the doorbell would ring and he'd yell, UPS, UPS, and the dog would go berserk. Like, oh boy, my friend's here. So I just thought that was so sweet. Those everyday relationships that you don't think much about
Right.
can really have an impact.
It's always nice to know that there are good people in this world. And
Yes.
that they care. You know, that's nice.
And they're the ones that come to your house and knock on
And they
your
bring
door.
you stuff.
And,
Right.
and I think that you have to put one for the pit bull.
I agree.
Because, you know, the pit bull just takes so many hits
Yep.
constantly. And if anybody really knows the breed, that's the one you want.
Yeah.
They're very devoted. I'm sure that that dog grieved after the owner was owner was no longer involved and now has a new friend.
Has a
So
new
I
love.
think I strike one for the pit
Yeah.
bull.
And it just confirms to me that package delivery people are the best people you see every day. Every day they bring shopping.
make you
and-
smile.
That's right.
Be nice to them.
Okay, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast. When we come back, we're talking back to school. We're going to find out what we need to know straight from a teacher.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan here at Lakewood Ranch live for the big Music on Main right here. We got the Click Band setting up right now. We'll talk to them a little bit later to find out what kind of music they'll be playing tonight. I tell you, the weather right now is beautiful, although a bit warm. No showers really to show you at all. Dry air has moved in, and that means things will stay pretty quiet here. Last month, I should say, we had to dodge a few showers, and it came late. But I think tonight, if we see anything at all, it would be a brief shower, but that's not going to be much because the air is just so dry out ahead. Now, as far as the temperatures go, that's the only downside. It has been hot across the region, and that's a direct result, again, of this high-pressure ridge, which has built in, and it looks like will continue to do so. The forecast tonight, that is not correct. 50% no, 70% no, and 70% no. That's 70% chance of great music out here. Actually, 100% chance of that. Well,
Students are not the only ones getting ready to go back to school. This month, the teachers have to get their classrooms and their lesson plans in order as well. And of course, we know that's no easy task. Lauren Haney is a middle school math teacher, and she's also the founder of the Sarasota Moms blog. A middle school math teacher.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'd be lying if that was the first time I've heard that. People are like, are you crazy? I said, yeah. But you know, I love it. I love it. It's a lot of fun. I don't like the elementary. I have elementary school kids, but they're so needy. But the middle school, I'm like, oh, it's time for lunch. Go on.
When it comes to lunch.
Peace out.
Need a map?
So you are going back to school next week?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. What can parents and kids do to make it easier?
Absolutely. There are so many things that we can do ahead of time just to prepare our kids for success and set ourselves up for success as parents. The first thing is that backpack binders. I don't care how old your children are, they need help, okay? They need help organizing those things. I think once you get into high school and those levels, they should be starting to do that on their own, but especially at the middle school level, God love them, they're clueless. They're just putting stuff in their backpack. I mean, I've had kids be digging and trying to find a homework assignment or whatnot. So just being on top of that, having those conversations with the kids of like, okay, here's your binder, this is your math section, those sorts of things. And obviously with elementary, you need to be way more involved with
So that
all
helps
of
the
that
teachers,
stuff.
I would think, when the parents actually do micromanage that a little bit, because we had trouble with zeros this year. I have 3 middle schoolers, and I know you're doing the homework, and he's like, yeah, well, I just couldn't find it to turn it in. Do you hear that a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
They
I'm
can't
like,
find
did you not
anything.
find it?
Right.
Or did you not do it? Like, which one is it?
Because both are viable options.
Right.
I can understand. I have that trouble with my purse all the time.
Okay.
Organize before
Organize your purse before you go.
You need a backpack.
Yes, I do. So what's another thing? Organize the backpack.
Talking about routines before and after school, this is really helpful. I'm thinking for my own children. I have a kindergartner. Oh my God, my baby's a kindergartner. And then a 2nd grader. And so talking about this is what we do in the morning. You know, you get up. These are my expectations, because I think we all know is that last minute, brush your teeth, get out the door, put your shoes on. It's like trying to avoid that because it sends kids to school a little bit stressed out. So just trying to avoid some of that chaos before. And then after school, what are the expectations? Most kids now have homework. So what are your expectations? Can you have a snack first? Are you going to do your homework? Is mom going to check the homework? Or are you going to be doing it on your own until I see those zeros?
Right.
Check in and see how it's going. So just the routine before and after school.
Well, I think kids like to know what to expect.
Absolutely.
So they like to know what comes next, so it makes them more comfortable too.
Yeah, yeah. And then you're all on the same page.
Yes. Is there anything else we
Yeah,
can do?
so you want to contact your teacher. So as a teacher, I'm begging all parents, please contact your teacher. It makes it such a better experience because guess what? Something happened, may have happened at the end of last school year to this school year. It's a brand new teacher. If something maybe traumatic happened, or if something like now we're not eating gluten, or just whatever, something's happened over the summer, let your teacher know. We are not detectives. We do the best we can, but there's some things that maybe there's something off with the kids.
So we're not bugging you, because I'm
that's
really
what
hesitant
Well,
to bother teachers.
Let's draw a line.
Okay, no, draw.
There's informative and helpful, and then there's pestering, like when you start to look at where you're putting the blame, saying, hey, I'm trying to inform you of what's going on versus why did my kid get an F? I'm like, did your kid study? You know?
Right.
So that's
Hey, my
that's
kid
the
may
line.
be disrupting class a
Yeah.
little because his grandfather passed away and he's
Right.
coping or something.
Yes, we cannot guess those things.
Right, but kids don't always say so
Yeah.
either.
Or I had a student last year, amazing student. She had a really rough math year last year. And so we kind of tracked along and grades weren't doing well. Mom contacted me and we would just have regular conversations via email. So much easier than phone calls.
Okay.
And she'd be like, hey, she's struggling with this. Okay, awesome. I'll make sure I check on her.
Right, so
Easy.
email is good.
Email.
So communication.
Oh,
You want
absolutely.
more.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're parenting your kid for a part of the day, basically.
Right.
Well, I was always afraid to call because you've got 20 kids or something, and I don't want to bother you, but it's good to know you won't be mad at me.
No,
Email.
no,
Email.
we
Email.
will.
We will email.
I mean, I
Okay.
can do phone calls. Emails are easier. But yes, the other thing talk about is expectations for the school year. What are we expecting? Are we expecting grades to be a certain level? Are we expecting behavior to be a certain level? Just kind of set that overall expectation of what we are looking for this year. Also talking about dress code when you get into the middle school and older elementary and high school, and we don't wear one thing and then cover up and okay. So talk about some of that. Yes, so talk about that. And then the last thing is just be active and involved. We know that there is bullying going on at the schools from kindergarten all the way through high school.
Oh,
it's
that's so
happening.
sad.
It is so sad, but we have to talk about it because it's happening. And so just make sure you're active, involved, be involved, especially on social media. If you have kids on social media, I say get their username and passwords, and you have a right to that information. I know that might be a hot topic, but
I love it.
I do too. It's hard to get them to cough it up.
So I'm all for that.
Yeah.
So you can help, though, when it keeps getting low.
Absolutely.
That's so good to know. Thank you so much. Of course, look at her blog. You'll get all kinds of great information for the entire year, and you can find it online. Sarasota Mom's blog. Next, we're going to meet this weekend's headliner at McCurdy's.
Just go do it. Go do it. If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Every week on Animal Outtakes, it's a new adventure. From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say. Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC 7.
Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC 7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC 7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
This week's McCurdy's comedy headliner brands herself as dirty, sexy, and funny. So we like her already. She was also voted the funniest and hottest comedian in America on The Howard Stern Show. We can't wait to talk to April Macy, and it's so great to have you back.
Thanks for having me, guys.
See you.
Oh, yeah.
We
It's so
hear that
pretty.
there's
I love the self-esteem. I'm so empty. My parents did not give me proper nurturing. I need all these compliments.
Oh, we'll fill you up.
Yeah.
But we hear there's a lot of changes in your life
I know
since
I
you've
have a
been
man.
here.
I'm so excited.
Whoa.
I've got like
Whoa.
14 eggs left, so it's wrap it up,
Your
everybody.
biological clock is ticking like this?
Yeah, I'm so excited. He's international.
Wow.
Yeah, I like a foreigner because they're easier to break up with. Like, you don't have to break up with them. America does it for you after 3 months if you don't like them. It's fantastic. fantastic.
They get mad at what they hear Americans
No, he's
say
here on a
TV?
visa. Is he here on a visa? Yes.
He's not, because he's originally from Iran. So if he ever cheats on me, he's going to be super easy to get rid of. Oh, yeah. It's amazing. All you have to do is put like a bomb-making pamphlet and a few lug nuts in his backpack, send him off to the airport.
He's out.
He's out of here.
He's out.
Yeah.
Making immigration funny.
Oh, I'm trying. I'm really trying. That's all I have right now. I'm a man. I'm glowing. I'm happy.
So you want to have a baby with those eggs you've got left?
Oh, those 14 eggs before they turn rancid. I think I need one. Before they're all poached and cooked.
How are you going to have a baby on a comedy circuit? How would that work?
I'm going to strap it to my chest like a papoose and lug him to every town I go to.
That would be a whole new level of funny.
Oh, I need a new clean hour. So a baby is really just a reason.
Would clean up your image.
Talking dirty with a little baby right there would be very challenging.
That's all I need. That's all I need is that new clean hour of material. That's the only reason to have a baby.
How'd you get this sexy, edgy image?
I'm
she's sexy and edgy.
damaged. I'm not a normal human. My mom drinks every night and paints pictures of her and Michael Bolton in various tender embraces, so you don't turn out normal. I wish I just made that up. That's an actual thing.
But that's
my mom
real?
does. Yeah, she does. She loves Michael Bolton. She's been a fan of him. Apparently, he looks like some high school
boyfriend
that got away.
I can understand that.
And okay.
That's another one.
Michael Bolton too.
He looks like an old boyfriend.
Yeah, my mom loves him. She just sits in the basement just painting her and Michael Bolton, and Michael Bolton on a unicorn, Michael Bolton on a seahorse. Needless to say, I come from an entire family of alcoholics. Only drunks paint Michael Bolton.
Oh, nice.
No, it's hilarious. I get to travel and.
So has a lot of your material come from your true life experiences, obviously?
Yeah, pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
Pretty much all family. Like when you come from a family of alcoholics, I have an uncle that was arrested for DUI by a bicycle cop, so that's fun. Just fell asleep at a stoplight.
Well, at least it wasn't speeding.
No, I know. I'm like, how'd you get to the station? He's like, I don't know. Maybe I rode down on his handlebars. I can't be sure.
Oh my God! How did you meet the foreign man? That's what I want to know.
He owns a leather store, like leather jackets and purses.
Oh, okay, good.
Because seriously, we all
You're dirty. The whole band. I just went, oh.
You guys all went to some
we did.
So you walked in to buy a purse and you came out with a man.
I went in to look for
Let's
jackets.
go shopping.
and then
Okay,
I
where
met
is it?
It's in Florence. He lives in Italy.
I can get there.
Okay. You can borrow him if you want. He's very
you're so
friendly.
sweet.
I'm giving. I'm very giving. And then we just asked for restaurant recommendations. My friend did because I'm not very social. I'm kind of quiet. Off stage, I am. Like you would never know with my dirty, filthy jokes that I make pot pies on the weekends.
Well, isn't that like what every man wants?
No,
Is the perfect woman in the kitchen and the dirty girl on the side?
I hope so. I don't know. I mean, I
hope so too.
I think that sounds great.
Up until this point, I've just been dating REO booze wagons, real meaty, wounded baby birds you got to keep in a shoebox and just nurse back to health. That's the kind of guy I like.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, financially unstable and non-committal was my previous choice. So.
I love April Macy. She is at McCurdy's Comedy Theater through August 6th. Visit their website for tickets and more information, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Next, we're going to get kids active for the school season.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
No theater lover's bucket list is complete without the classic black comedy Arsenic and Old Lace. Two adorable old ladies who just happen to poison their tenants and bury them in their basement. Fun and farcical, this hilarious play is heating up the summer at the Player Center from August 9th through the 20th. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll die laughing when you see Arsenic and Old Lace.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs. And you learned how to not ignore yours. I discovered how to make healthier meals. And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. We're in the kitchen with Chef Pedro from Philippi Creek. And you tell us that Saturday is National Oyster Day.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're making smoked oysters. We did a little research, Marcia, and we found that oysters are a natural aphrodisiac.
Oh, really? Great, do tell.
You know that,
Yes,
huh, Chef?
I've been sampling here.
Okay. Well, we have a picnic. We'll go back to Stephanie. We'll see you guys in just a minute.
We are never going to get them out of the kitchen now. All right. Thank you, Linda. So hopefully the kids have been running around and playing all summer. But once they go back to school, they spend many hours a day just sitting still. That's not a good thing on many levels. Teacher and fitness expert Danny Williams owns Next Generation, and she is here to talk about why we have to keep our kids moving even during the school year. So you brought some friends. Welcome.
Did, yes.
Give us a quick hi back to the crew, some first names.
This is Hayden. He's going to start off with the jump rope today. This is Federico, Naomi, and Amara.
Okay, now go ahead and get them started in whatever you want them doing, and then we'll chat.
Awesome, very good. So Hayden's going to start with jump rope, 2 feet, right? Okay. Alternating V-ups, 180 jumps, and the Superman. Now you can do the reps or you can do a hold, okay? Got it? All right, sounds good.
I like this workout. The kids do the work and we talk. I'm going to be good at this. So tell us a little bit about
Go ahead and get started,
Get
guys.
started. Come
Yep,
on,
go
I know
ahead.
you're delaying, but we
Yep.
want to see your work. He'll jump with you. You have firsthand experience because you spent time as a teacher in the classroom. So tell us how movement and activity ends up helping them and teachers in the long run.
So initially, I guess I have firsthand experience in the classroom, and what I found was that incorporating movement, incorporating these brain breaks, these structured, you know, whether it's an energetic dance off or if it's like a calm down yoga experience, it's really great for them to be able to refocus, redirect their attention to the task at hand. It's fabulous.
So it doesn't have the opposite effect, because I know I've heard people say before, well, if they're sitting and they're antsy and then you get them up and move, they're going to fire up to a whole new level. You have found the opposite.
Well, it depends, I guess, on the group of kids or teenagers that you're working with, because you could have a very high energetic group of children or teenagers, and that's when you would want to, you know, use that yoga cool down, the stretching with the dimming of the lights, or you might have a group of kids that are just kind of like lagging and not really focusing, where that's where you would kind of bring in. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I hear huffing and puffing. Should we rotate? Okay.
All right, let's rotate. Very good. Awesome job, guys. No, you're
the poor
good.
girl during abs the whole time. It's like, really? That's a lot of Supermans. You guys know where you're going? Come out over. You can talk to her. It's okay. We're all good here. All right, everybody know their exercises?
Yeah. Good?
All right.
All right,
I'm
excellent.
getting blank stares, so it must be good. All right, well, let's talk about wellness.
Go ahead, Amara. Go ahead, guys.
What kind of advantage does it take to get these kids learning that this kind of workout is good at this age?
Well, I mean, as we all know as adults, it's really nice to have that in our regular daily routine, and why not teach it and instill it at a young age? It creates such a strong foundation for these children to not only, you know, go through the exercises, but learn the importance of why they're doing it, so that in the future, I mean, it will be already part of their, you know, repertoire of their life, you know?
It seems like they embrace it even more than adults do. I mean, I hate to say it, but if you tell me to do line jumps and Supermans for 3 minutes, I'm going to glare at you.
Well, that's why, I mean,
You
why
know?
not present it in such a fun and enthusiastic way now, so that it will be, you know, a positive experience.
And it burns off some extra energy that they may have, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes,
and it is
does.
all about lifetime habits.
Yeah.
So, oh, I've just been told we need to rotate
All right,
again.
let's rotate,
All
guys.
right. We've got
Yeah.
somebody with the clock who spares you after
Yay.
a minute and a half or so.
Okay.
Good job, guys. Awesome.
Naomi's gonna do some-
Yep, onto the They all groan when they get to abs. They're just like us.
When Naomi starts, yeah, here we go. All right, go ahead.
All right, back at it. I promised I'll
Go.
talk fast. I do want to talk about your work with special needs kids.
Yes.
How does exercise incorporate into their classroom curriculum?
Well, just like neurotypical children, you know, individuals with exceptionalities also need that, you know, exercise input in the stimulation. We have a lot of sensory limitations, or we have focus deficits. It's really awesome to be able to incorporate these movement activities in the yoga and the stretching, and I mean, treat them as just, you know, individual, you know, neurotypical children. I mean, it's the same, you know, thing.
Right.
You're just dealing with a different demographic.
I would think that especially for a lot of kids that might not be able to participate in traditional sports as well, that this would give them a way to be active and to learn about healthy lifestyles.
Oh, it absolutely is. If you take away the physical benefits, I mean, what about the emotional, the self-confidence, the esteem, the mental boost, which is where this really all started, was that, you know, I saw children who needed that additional assistance, gross motor, fine motor, but also the confidence and, you know, that type of mental improvement. And I mean, it's awesome.
Because everybody can be good at moving their bodies. That's
Very true.
something we can all do. So you specialize in this, but for teachers out there who are heading back to class next week, what advice can you give that they can incorporate into classrooms?
Brain breaks. I mean, there are a ton of websites online that incorporate dance. They incorporate the cool down. They incorporate, you know, just getting the body in a stretching mode. Yes, there are websites. If you have brain breaks, you can go on and you can kind of just incorporate these little things. We do Supermans all the time in the classroom. We spell out while we're doing push-ups.
Oh, how fun.
I mean,
so they get down on their
yes,
stomachs and do that.
absolutely,
Hey,
yeah.
guess what? I forgot to tell you to rotate. Are you dying? Oops. That was the hardest one, and I stuck you there. I know, I'm sorry. That's why Danny's in charge and not me. I forgot to tell him to stop.
Kids.
I know. All right, you guys are doing a great job.
Go ahead and get started, guys. Last one, yeah?
All right, last one. We're almost
Fantastic.
there.
Pushing
Tell
through.
us about a workshop that you were doing that incorporates some other things with fitness.
Yeah, so we are running Artistically Fit. It's the second session of the summer. In the past, we did fitness and yoga and nutrition, and this year we added in art of all mediums. So it will be an hour or two of fitness in the morning, followed by yoga, nutrition, team building, and then in the afternoon, positive incorporated art activities for the kids.
So something for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well,
interests.
it is great. We all know that movement and exercise is a life skill, and as adults, we struggle, I think, to do it enough. So why not get them started early? Thank you so much.
no problem.
Great
Thank you.
information. You
Absolutely.
guys have done great.
Awesome job, guys. Very nice.
Kids,
Very nice.
Do you like how we pawned the exercise off on them this
Sure.
time? I love
Right.
it. So Next Generation is a fitness camp, and that they continue to do activities throughout the school year. You can get more information by going to their website. All right, coming up next, our favorite Daredevil is here to dish about his time on America's Got Talent. We got a lot of talent right here, though.
Yay!
Thanks, kids.
Good
You guys
job,
did
guys.
great.
You like to move that move.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The search for a suspect in a double homicide on Longboat Key continues. The crime the first Longboat Key community has seen in almost 2 decades. Plus, development concerns in Venice, how growth at Fisherman's Wharf in Venice may impact nearby businesses. Now let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, who is live in Lakewood Ranch at Music on Main.
Thanks, Jacqueline. Yeah, nice afternoon here. A little bit of a breeze and not much chance for rain at all. In fact, temperature is the only downside. They're a little bit on the warm side right now in the low 90s. A heat index right around 100 degrees up and down the coast right now. Inglewood at 89 degrees, the current temperature, 93 at Mayaca City, 94 in Arcadia, and 94 into Punta Gorda. The band's getting ready. They're warming up. Music on Main right here at Lakewood Ranch. Everything looks good. Forecast.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
A Sarasota circus star made his way from the Suncoast onto national television. Our very good friend Daredevil Bello Knock was a contestant on America's Got Talent this summer, where he performed some never seen before on TV stunts. Wow, Bello, we were so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You didn't make it to the last round, but you looked awesome.
Thank you.
You made the Suncoast proud.
Wow, thank you very much.
So about this stunt,
yes.
You got shot out of a cannon?
Yeah.
Why was that a good idea?
Well, I don't know. But if you're going to be on America's Got Talent and nationwide, such a big part of pop culture and such, what would you say, the stakes are very high. I wanted to do something that had never been done before, and edgy and daring, and make an impact.
Probably never be done again, either.
Yeah, probably not, but making an impact. So I got a cannon.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
human
good.
cannon,
Yes.
yeah. And then I have a brother with a helicopter, and I have another brother that always helps me out and watches out. And so this is getting shot out of a cannon, flying over a helicopter, and
there you are, higher
hopefully
than the
landing on
building.
target. Yes.
Had you ever done this before?
Well, I had, yes and no. No. Okay, so no, I had never been shot out of a cannon to fly over a helicopter. This is video of me practicing at my place. So this was the first time that I had gotten shot out of a cannon.
Wait, that's the very first time?
Yes.
So you said you were going. Here's my question. When you told Simon Cowell on the first round that I'll come back and I'll do this, the cannon over the helicopter, was that off the top of your head?
Yes.
That
was
just sounded so hard.
Yeah.
You were really, truly kind of come up with something.
Yeah. Yeah, because, listen, the talent stakes at America's Got Talent is really amazing.
Yeah. Right.
And it's really hard to compete and judge. You're at a 9-year-old singer, that's amazing. A 13-year-old ventriloquist. You got guys that cut an apple with a sword on their throat. Or, it's so random and the stakes are so high.
So you just pulled that out of your hat and thought, I'll learn how.
You're risking your life.
Yeah, what I had done was climb this sway pole that was 37, 40 feet in the air, swaying back and forth. 36 people in the world have done that act, okay?
Wow.
Now, I do it different. I do it dancing, funny, looking at the audience while I do it, telling a story. And they were like, 3 judges, yes, 1, no. And I was like, okay, well,
what does it take?
Yeah, so I'll get shot out of a cannon over a helicopter. And then they told me, well, you only needed 3 yeses to get through. And I was like, did I?
Well, you should have paid more attention.
Yeah.
I should have read those rules.
Yeah,
Darn it.
but that's the thing. Growing up as a kid, I did these dangerous things, paying attention and listening, like the teacher said, and all. No, not details.
You were that problem kid.
Oh yeah, I still am.
You still are.
Yeah.
So those judges,
Yeah.
tell me about those judges. They seem really mean sometimes.
Okay. I don't think that they're mean. They have seen a lot, and the stakes are amazing. It's $1 million reward and your own show in Las Vegas, which would be my ultimate goal. I mean, I travel around the world. I perform my entire life, but staying in one place, working in Las Vegas, having your own show, it's the ultimate goal. So the stakes are that high. So I get shot out of a cannon. I fly over a helicopter. 13 million people view that one thing. A person would have to get shot out of a cannon his entire life to be able to be seen
to have
by
that many people in the audience.
So that was amazing to me. To do a first ever stunt, if you're going to make a scene, be seen, I sort of have that. I've always wondered, getting shot out of a cannon, if I was the right caliber. Yeah. So ultimately, I did it. I landed on the target, which was great. Okay.
As we can tell,
I made it.
Ultimately, you only get one chance.
It was a lot scarier and more dangerous because there's a vacuum that happens over a helicopter. So the technology or the science behind it was really amazing and tough. I had my daughter Annalise there as a safety. I had my brother John as a trigger for the cannon, and my brother Eugene, who's been here before with the helicopter.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you shoot a dummy first, and just to see how it would react?
Yeah, that's what I did.
No, not you. You're not a dummy. No, but did you do a practice thing with?
Yes, but you can't really tell because here's what happens: is the whole thing is you've got to focus on your landing.
Right.
You got to not overturn, turn. I mean, I gave the statistics on there. 48 people have tried human cannonballing before. Half of them survived. Made it.
Gosh.
The ones that made it doesn't mean they didn't survive. They just, might have broken them, lost limbs. It's a very, very
just
dangerous.
lost limbs.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's very, very dangerous.
So how do you initially practice this? Like the first time in your training facility, I'm
it's
going to
tough.
shoot myself out and try to land.
With everything, it's increments, it's smaller, it's that, but there's a lot of, there's a lot of cutting, how do you say this? A lot of on the board prep thing, a lot of trying to figure it out. One of the hardest things was not focusing on the danger. So this is something that sort of happened to me. It knocked the wind out of me. My toes were numb for a full day after getting shot out of the cannon. No kidding. Basically what happens is you all that 9 G's of gravity on takeoff, 11 on landing, but I focused on the blades, which is, and there was a lot of more wind. Didn't want to mess up my hair.
Of course.
So the sway pole stunt was seen by 26 million people online, and the helicopter stunt is at 3 million. All of that, 3 million views. I made the target. It was wonderful. It was great.
Yeah.
I didn't make the cut.
Doesn't that just infuriate you though? Like, what do I have to do to get through?
What do I have to do? Well, here they're showing some stunts of stuff that
I
I
was
have done
there.
before. You were?
I was there. I remember that well.
Yes. So this is when GoPros first came out.
Yes.
We put one up and said, I don't know. Let's see what happens here. And I'm hanging by my toes.
And he wasn't attached.
Yeah, over
We
this
checked.
was Bello and Friends or Bellomania or something like that. And hanging from a helicopter that my brother Captain Eugene Nock was flying, and listen, watch this. I was so excited. I made it. I didn't die. That's 500 feet in the air.
Wow.
And, wow. So back to the cannon on the AGT. I didn't make it. I didn't make the judge cuts. I didn't get through. I'm the only guy in the world that can say I got fired twice in one day.
Well, that's a great attitude.
Okay, you got to get another stunt. We got to get another, something harder, something harder.
Yeah, listen.
We're going to be looking forward to seeing this.
Okay, there's still always the wild card, so I'm hoping for that. A couple of people online started this thing called Bring Bello Back.
Oh,
there's always the wild card, and the Joker's wild.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to cross.
We're on it.
Yeah.
All right, we're on it.
We'll think good thoughts for you.
So much.
Thank you.
And we're one step closer to the kitchen and those oysters. We'll be right back.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong. A place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC7?
I like ABC7 because it's local.
It gives me all the local news. The local news, local weather.
It's so local and so community-driven.
Kelly Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful. Stephanie's my favorite.
I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Marsha's going to tell us what's coming up on Animal Outtakes.
And here's Snooty. This is a wonderful in memoriam to the most wonderful creature that we've had a chance to be with. And we're going to miss you, Snooty. You were the best. And he allowed me to kiss him. I got into the pool with him. We swam together. And he held my hand and kissed it. So I will miss you, and all of Animal Outtakes will miss you.
All right, and remind us when we'll see the show.
We'll see you tomorrow morning on Saturday, 6:30 and 12 o'clock.
All right, don't miss it. We'll come into the kitchen next.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. Suncoast families preparing for the upcoming school year, taking advantage of the state's sales tax holiday to save a lot of money. Suncoast Traffic Watch right now, we're seeing a crash that's delaying drivers a little bit near Weber Street on McIntosh Road in Sarasota. You may want to avoid that area. Now let's get back out to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan live in Lakewood Ranch tonight. Bob?
Scott, a nice afternoon. No threat of any rainfall around. Things looking pretty good right now, and it looks as though we will see things stay dry, too. Out here at Music on Main, we got the Click Band setting up, getting ready to play some classic rock and roll. We'll talk to one of the members there a little bit later in the newscast in 5. But right now it's 90, the dew point 73, lots of sunshine, and the humidity at 57%. We'll have more in your forecast coming up at 5. See you then.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us.
Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
On the next Black Almanac.
There is an ever-expanding intersection of education policy and the rule of law, and the conflicts that sometimes result. As a new school year begins, it's important to understand and appreciate the respective rights and obligations of students, parents, schools, and the criminal justice system.
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC 7.
Welcome back. We're here in the kitchen with Chef Pedro from Philippi Creek Oyster Bar, and things smell so delicious. Please tell us what we're doing.
Well,
so
I'm excited. I'm really excited to be here. Look at those beautiful oysters that we're going to have.
Yeah, we are too.
There's unfortunately couldn't bring the equipment to make the oysters because you don't want a lot of smoke in the studio.
No, we don't want a fire here.
You don't want a fire.
These are the things that you use to smoke with?
That's applewood chips.
Okay.
And this is being smoked ready for like 30 minutes, cold smoke.
How did you do that?
Well, we have a machine and it's a plastic bag. You put the oysters and then you put the smoke into it. You tie them up. You let them for like 15 minutes in there.
Oh,
and it will come like that.
In a bag of smoke.
Yes, ma'am. And then we have these. The best way to do it is just heat them up for 90 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. It's
oh yeah, this is really that's hot.
400 degrees.
Good.
But there's only 90 seconds.
So we're timing, and then while we're timing, it looks like the ladies are making something. What
drinks.
Is
this drinks?
He put us to work the
Yes.
minute he got here.
Told
Tell
us exactly what to do.
But we don't know what we're making.
We're
What are we
making a
creating?
sangria champagne.
Yeah, and this adds to the aphrodisiac.
Oh my gosh, this is the best day ever.
Yes.
This is the aphrodisiac.
Who doesn't like better
chaser.
sangria and oysters? That's perfect together.
Okay, so I
Sweet and
know.
saltiness.
Tell me about the simple syrup that I used because it was dark colored.
Yeah, there's a blueberry simple syrup.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow, stuff.
Wait, whipped cream and champagne and oysters?
Yeah.
Oh my Pedro, you dirty rascal.
Yeah, I know.
But you look like you know what you're doing over there, Steph.
You know what? I've mixed a few drinks in my life.
What about my technique? I've got the whipped cream.
You're doing such a good job.
You see,
I've got the oysters.
They're warm.
Okay.
Okay, you're just gonna put them in the little chips and like rice, like that. And then you put the cream fresh and the mustard and the little microgreens.
Jeffrey,
Very
could you
simple.
put those in there?
Yes, of course.
Ooh, look at that.
Is this too much?
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. You guys do
Oh,
great.
I love it when a man says that to me.
You're perfect. You're perfect. That change.
That perfect, and then with the sangria is gonna be better and perfect.
Yeah. Now, Jeffrey mentioned that he did not think he had ever had an oyster like this.
I don't think
Oh,
so
really?
either. Yeah. How did first of all, how did anybody ever come up with I'm going to eat these things that look kind of gross?
To be honest with you, they've been around already.
Yeah.
It's like we didn't
It's
come
come
up
up with that.
after
Yes, you have to
It's
put
the
that
after
because
effects. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, the smoking brings the flavor to it.
Right.
Okay, it opens up the
Is
flavor
this
of
the
the
thing
oyster.
that you're not supposed to chew? That you're supposed to just swallow?
No,
or
this
do
you have
chew?
to chew because you got a lot of going on.
All
in
the
there.
extra stuff.
May we try?
Don't
May
chew
we try
don't
the
chew the
ones?
shell for sure.
Maybe try the ones with cheese. I want to try it while we're still with everybody.
Okay, but how do you eat it?
Cheese, grab the little oyster.
Okay.
Okay. Everything is already out of the shell.
Okay.
And salud.
Okay.
So you grab the whole thing and suck it down?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I want to see an amateur do this.
Okay, this is my first. Okay, here we go.
You got to try those.
Oh my
This is beautiful.
God, that's good.
You got to try those.
Wow, is that amazingly
Do
good?
I put this on there?
Yes, please.
Here's what I like about that little smoking and roasting you did. It took away kind of that slimy, fishy
Take those.
feel.
Those are crazy good.
Crazy good.
Chaser.
Oh,
Is this
Look at
healthy?
look at this. Look at this, Jeffrey.
This seems like it's healthy.
Whipped
Oh
cream.
my
I'm sure
God.
these are good for us
Yes.
somehow.
They say you should have fruit every day.
Everything is healthy when you're happy.
And Pedro, are these on the menu at Filthy
Yes,
Creek?
they're on the menu. Philippi
Is
Creek.
this an
ma'am.
appetizer?
Yes, an appetizer.
Oh,
yes, ma'am.
this is
So
a
come and see us,
wonderful
please, at
way.
Philippi Creek.
This is a wonderful way to start
look at
your
that.
meal. These are very
These will be
special
for dinner.
smoked appetizers with Chef Pedro,
Heavens, that's
and
delicious.
nothing wrong with having a little yummy sangria with
Oh,
it
yeah.
as well. All right, we are enjoying our Friday. Marcia, great to have you with us. I think we have found your likes in life right here. Right here with oysters, champagne, and whipped cream. Take that how you want. Jeffrey, it's always an experience.
Always an experience. Wow.
Thank you for
Oysters.
being here to anchor me today.
I love it. I love it.
These girls are wild.
These are amazing. Wow.
Everybody enjoy
How's
the
the
rest
sangria? Good?
of your day. Thank you,
awesome.
Chef Pedro.
Happy Friday.
I give up. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
Requires 2 hands.